Now to a new warning about products easily available at convenience stores known as gas station heroin.
Dangerous male enhancement drugs over the counter.
They're sold under names like Rhino 8 and Black Mamba. They can contain antidepressants, lead, and arsenic, and also an ingredient in Viagra.
And yet it is sold in smoke shops and convenience stores and gas stations. A warning about a product.
If you've ever walked into a gas station, you have probably noticed those sketchy-looking pills being sold at the counter. These substances usually promise things like increased energy, power, size, whatever that means, and in some cases, just straight up happiness. Now, if you told somebody that you were taking these things, they would probably look at you like you're crazy, or like you're an idiot. But despite everybody having the same general idea that these products are bad, as well as the pushback that we see on the news, these products continue to sit front and center in gas stations across the country, which means people are not just noticing them, they are actively buying them. But do these things even work? Are they safe? According to the news, the FDA, and state legislatures, these products are a public danger in desperate need of regulation. But who does the regulation? They do. So what exactly is going on? Well, instead of guessing, I decided to put that question to the test myself. For the good of society, I set out to investigate how and if these things are actually enforced, as well as document the real effects, the risks, and whether any of these products actually live up to what they promise. I'm here in hopes to finally bring you the truth. Since this experiment is for research purposes and totally not just because curiosity got the best of me or anything like that, I've decided to implement something called the GSSI system, Gas Station Safety Index System. Each substance will be judged on 3 things. Number 1, did it do what it claimed? Because if it doesn't, then it's just a big, fat scam. And if there's one thing that bothers me more than a dangerous drug, it's a dangerous drug that doesn't even work and takes my money. Number 2, did anything go wrong? Unlisted side effects, weird feelings, strange marks on my body, basically anything that wasn't supposed to happen. And finally, number 3, would I take it again? This is subjective, but at the end of the day, I'm not a doctor. I'm here to tell you what I experienced. And by the end of this video, I want to find out how these things are legal and if they should even be legal in the first place. But where do we start? Now, if you're like me and you have ADHD, or maybe you're a college student, you will immediately know that this first substance is marketed to appear like the prescription drug Addall. Addall. Short for, you shouldn't do this at all. But, pretty funny. According to the packaging, this pill is supposed to give you energy, help you focus, and stay more alert. And the ingredient doing all that? Meth. Ulheptane, aka Octodrine, aka DMHA, aka the synthetic stimulant that was adulterated and deemed illegal to sell by the FDA in 2019. Well, technically it's not illegal, it just can't be lawfully marketed as a dietary supplement. So, you know, I think we're pretty clear. They also sent out this promotional email saying that Addall XR aims to provide the world with AI-powered focus. I mean, what the fuck? So this thing is probably loaded up with AI and crypto and all that good stuff. It does say take 1 or 2 capsules, so I think I'll start with 1, and then we can bump it up to 2 in like 20 or 30 minutes if I don't feel much. After the first hour, I didn't really feel anything, so naturally, I did what the package said that I could do. I took the second one, which is always a great idea, by the way. I definitely feel something. My heart is not racing, but I definitely feel wired, like I can, hyper focus on something. Boy. After I sat down for a little bit, I noticed that my mouth started to feel weird. I don't really know how to describe it. It was just like very tense, but also very dry. So are my lips. Oh my God. Oh! Okay, I feel a little insane now. At this point, I did start to feel a little bit of shortness of breath, which was, you know, a little concerning. And I also just kind of didn't know what to do with myself. So I kind of just sat there and felt uncomfortable. And while the drug was continuing to kick in, I made the mistake of searching for other people's experiences on Addall and found a few concerning posts on Reddit. One post stated that he ended up in the hospital. Granted, this was from an old Addall formula that contained an ingredient called phenibut, but possibly an even more concerning post from a former meth addict saying that this drug was good enough that it made him want to do meth again. I don't really know how to take that, honestly. But the good thing is, they no longer include phenibut. The FDA put out a public notice warning people that Addall contained phenibut and DMHA and that it was unlawfully marketed. And you know what? Addall voluntarily informed the FDA that they would remove phenibut from their products. Gas station drug company actually taking responsibility. Round of applause, actually. And then, Addall declined to recall Addall XR capsules that contain DMHA. Which, I guess you can just do that. You can just tell the FDA no. I found that out. I did one of those reaction time tests where you like click as soon as you see it turn green. Oh, pretty good. But just ended up doing worse after I took the Addall. I wasn't even sure whether most of what I was feeling was actually caused by the DMHA or if it was just placebo. Now, the easiest way to figure that out would be to check the package and see exactly how much DMHA that I took. Except, I can't, due to one simple phrase on the packaging. Proprietary blend. Yes, I know it's spelled wrong. I thought it could be counterfeit because, as you'll see later, that is very common. But I checked their official website that is at the bottom of the packaging, and yes, it is spelled wrong on there too. Proprietary blend means that you don't even get to know how much of each ingredient is in the pill. It's a secret. Only the total combined amount, in this case, 750 milligrams. So it could be 700 milligrams of one ingredient and 50 milligrams of another, or it could be the complete opposite. So while this could lead to underdosing, this could also lead to potential overdosing depending on how many of these things someone actually takes. And it really doesn't help when the majority of people taking drugs from a gas station are probably not even reading the ingredients. I mean, I'm not to judge the demographic for gas station drugs. I don't think that they're doing that. If you didn't think this company was bad enough, lo and behold, they are paying TikTok influencers to promote their bubble-blowing bullshit pills.
New supplement in the mail called Addall. It's basically like Addy, pretty much.
It's basically just like Adderall, you know, you just start taking it and, you know, you start doing stuff. Now, by all means, influencers, you know, get your money, but this is just targeting children, basically. Yeah, not good. Did it do what it claimed? I mean, I guess it did technically alter my focus. I'll say yes. Did anything go wrong? No. Would I take it again? No. And the one that we added, is it lawfully marketed? No. I feel like I also need to add something else. Are the ingredient amounts transparent? No. Okay. Not a great start, but maybe this is good. The system is expanding. So this is just part of it, you know? Let's move on. The next stimulant that I found is called Rapid Action Extreme 2-Way. This pill is labeled as the #1 metabolism and energy brand. But when I googled what the #1 metabolism and energy brand was, Rapid Action pills didn't make an appearance anywhere. I mean, not that I thought it would. #1 anything is a very outlandish claim for any gas station drug to make. And then when I went to their website, I immediately just got hit with this AI slop promo video.
Long days, early mornings, zero room for slow. Rapid Action energy pills deliver fast-acting energy in a convenient on-the-go.
I don't know exactly what this is going to do to my body. Aside from this containing a ridiculously aggressive energy blend packed with caffeine and multiple stimulant extracts, there actually doesn't appear to be any ingredients that are unlawfully marketed or adulterated by the FDA. But they also pull the same proprietary blend bullshit and include something called methylephthalene, which is not a real compound and is just a made-up ingredient that they trademarked to look official. And they actually just threw TM beside of it. It's not registered as a trademark. Nothing like making up an ingredient that mimics other stimulant names to make you look more official, am I right? My guess is that this is just going to give me heart palpitations. Nothing happened for like the first 30 minutes, so I went to Costco and I got a hot dog. It's pretty good. All right, it's been about an hour and a half. I definitely felt it kick in. My heart is racing a little bit. Body temperature is pretty hot and my armpits are sweating. So I'm gonna do you guys a favor of speeding this up. I was so stimulated that I was just yapping and it was honestly kind of pathetic and was very hard for me to watch back. I think at one point I was like, oh, I really wish I had someone to talk to right now. I'm feeling very talkative, but I'm at the house alone. I don't really have anybody to talk to, so I keep talking to the camera. Listen, I'm not proud of this, okay? But along with the energy came the first side effect, a hurting tummy. I was in and out of the bathroom basically all day just because my stomach kept hurting so bad. I don't know what ingredient made this happen. I know it has caffeine in it, but this never happens to me with caffeine. I don't think I actually even went to the bathroom. I think I was just sitting in there all day. It was abysmal. I've kind of just found myself like going to the bathroom and not doing anything except for like scrolling Instagram reels. So, so far, not so bad. As time went on, I started to get a lot of pent-up physical energy and, I was just feeling very active. So, instead of running around or doing anything normal, I decided to dance. Why did I do this? If you guys care about specific moves that I did, this is one of them. I don't really know what I'm doing. I almost didn't want to show this, but I feel like I kind of owe it to you guys. I said this before, but this is one of those drugs where I'm glad that I wasn't around people while I was on it. But I guess the packaging is pretty accurate. There's a little dude running around on it. That's what I felt like doing. But I didn't. I danced for some reason. Don't ask me why I did that. My heart is racing a lot, and honestly, I don't feel good. It's like too much, which is funny because like 30 minutes ago, I was about to take another one because I was like, this isn't doing much. And thank God that I didn't because I feel terrible. At this point, I was actually starting to have the heart palpitations that I predicted that I was going to have at the beginning of taking this, and I did not feel good. Not fun. My heart, I feel like I'm about to leap out of my own body. Get this fucking drug out of my body. Did it do what it claimed? Yes. Way too much. Did anything go wrong? Yes. Would I take it again? No. Felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. Is it lawfully marketed? Yes. That's good. Okay. Are the ingredient amounts transparent? No. I don't think I need to add anything, actually. Hopefully that continues into the next chapter. Nirvana mood boost. Next level mood, no crash. This doesn't really give you exact information on what is going to happen, other than the fact that it says boost mood. Now, since this is marketed as essentially being a happy pill, there must be some magical ingredient in this thing, right? Well, let's take a look. It's got huperzine. That sounds pretty baller. Caffeine, L-theanine, alpha-GPC, and phenibut. Phenibut. Where have I heard that before? One post stated that he ended up in the hospital. Granted, this was from an old Addall formula that contained an ingredient called phenibut. Ah, that is not baller. Phenibut, or phenibut, is a nootropic drug and a synthetic depressant used to treat anxiety and insomnia. This is yet another substance that was deemed unlawful to sell as a dietary supplement and adulterated by the FDA due to it being highly addictive and causing severe withdrawal symptoms. In fact, it is often compared to prescription medications like Xanax. So, just something light to be selling at a gas station. I'd also like to point out that opening this package was like opening a homemade piece of candy. There was a literal staple holding it together. Somebody is hand stapling these drugs. Now, I will say that after a whole 2 hours later, I actually did feel some calming effects. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that my mood was boosted or that I felt any sort of euphoria, but I did feel somewhat relaxed. At one point, I did fall asleep at my desk, which, I guess makes sense, but is also confusing because this has caffeine in it. But over the next hour, I just continued to roll around like a baby and watch Instagram reels on the couch like a chud. Nothing revolutionary. I don't know, this drug was weird. I could definitely tell that it wasn't placebo, but I wasn't really getting the effects that were being marketed. Kind of just felt like melting, I guess, but not in like a good way. I don't really feel like my mood has been boosted. I kind of just want to go to bed, even though I already had a nap. I don't know what's going on. I took both of them. I feel like maybe I could go to the bathroom. I don't know if that's part of it or not. It's not, but considering that this also uses the notorious proprietary blend, there is a chance that this could have been severely underdosed. And unlike Addall, I wasn't able to find any public notifications or warning letters sent to Nirvana by the FDA. And I know it's not because it's a new supplement or anything, because I found a Reddit post from 3 years ago where somebody found it at the exact same gas station that I found it at. So I mean, clearly the FDA has had plenty of time to crack down on this. So Nirvana, if you're watching this, I'm coming for you. But wait, this product doesn't call itself a dietary supplement. This is obviously an attempt to avoid FDA dietary supplement rules. This is kind of a gray area, and I couldn't really find a definitive answer on this. But even if it does make it legal, can you really say that the FDA is doing that much if removing 2 words, which, by the way, nobody reads, means you can legally market an addictive substance? Either way, this product seems predatory. Did it do what it claimed? Big fat no. This did not increase my mood. In fact, I think I actually felt worse. Did anything go wrong? No. Would I take it again? No. Lawfully marketed? It seems like it is, even though it's very scummy the way that they did it. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say yes. Ingredient transparency? No. You know what? I'm going to add something else. Could the average customer understand what they're buying? No. I don't really think marketing an addictive depressant as a mood booster really helps their case. And speaking of marketing addictive substances as wellness products, today's substance that we are looking at is MIT, otherwise known as Kratom. You've probably heard it before.
Kratom. Kratom.
Kratom.
Kratom. Kratom.
Health officials say it can act like an opioid. It's called Kratom.
The main ingredient is called metrogynine, or MIT for short. Metrogynine is the primary active alkaloid found in kratom leaves. In small doses, it acts as a stimulant, but in higher doses, it acts more like an opiate. And while it's not a traditional opiate, it acts on the exact same opioid receptors in your brain, resulting in the same effects such as pain relief, sedation, and euphoria. There are multiple brands, but despite this being a very addictive drug comparable to opioids, almost all of them are labeled as some sort of mood booster or feel-good supplement. One of my biggest criticisms of these products is that they often contain multiple servings while being packaged exactly like a single energy shot, making it very easy for someone to accidentally consume far more than they intended.
It says to not consume more than 1/3 of that bottle within a 24-hour period.
But it's sold as a shot.
It's almost as if they are intentionally trying to get people to misuse it. The one I'll be looking at today is called Viva Zen. Doesn't that just sound so calming? While I'm not going to disclose how much I'm taking for YouTube guidelines, just look at what it is sold in.
I think I'm starting to feel a little bit tired. Palms are a little sweaty, feeling slightly anxious.
Uh-oh. Yeah, 15 minutes later, this stuff kicked in. It was very fast.
Okay, starting to feel a little weird.
My body actually felt very warm. And even though I was having like some anxiety and shakes, part of it felt okay, but not really.
It's officially been about 30 minutes. Whoa. That was the first time I stood up.
As soon as I stood up, I felt awful. It almost felt like I stood up in slow motion. The best way to describe how I felt is like when your foot or your hand falls asleep, kind of like that, but my entire body.
Little shortness of breath. Legs almost feel a little bit wobbly. Oh no, dude.
Okay, while the Kratom starts to induce its suffering, let's go over a few things. There are 0 Kratom products that are approved by the FDA. Now again, a supplement isn't considered unlawful unless it's sold as a dietary supplement, and those words don't appear anywhere on this bottle. But guess what? I did a little more research. According to the FDA, any product that is sold with a supplement facts panel is considered marketed as a dietary supplement. And guess what Viva Zen does? Boom! Unlawfully marketed. Honestly, I'm not even surprised. Oh wait, that means Nirvana. Wait, Nirvana is so... Nirvana facts. Sure, let's just check the Nirvana facts. Anyway, forget Nirvana. I went outside to sit in the snow because my body temperature was through the roof. Body temperature is definitely rising. Even now, like, my ass still feels kind of hot. Also, when I was inside, I looked at my phone and, like, in the middle of texting, my vision just sort of went, like, gray. Like, I could still see what I was typing, but it was obstructed. Lay down for a second here. Oh shit, my fly is undone. Okay, my fly is stuck. I really hope my neighbors aren't looking at me right now. While the drug was continuing to kick in, I decided to lay down in an attempt to calm my nerves and cool off. And I have to admit, I felt okay. I felt pretty calm and relaxed, so I thought maybe the bad part is over and this could be all right. I think I'm cooled down enough to go back inside. Turns out that I should have just stayed outside. I am like ridiculously hot. I want to go back outside. Oh my god. I'm also getting a little bit of a headache. Wow, I look like fucking shit. Maybe I should take a shower. So I did take a shower, thinking that somehow it was just going to magically relieve me of all the pain and suffering that I was feeling. I just got out of the shower. I am insanely itchy. I keep doing this, and also while I was in the shower, I was like scratching my leg. Like, I literally was in the shower for probably an extra 10 minutes because I couldn't stop scratching myself. My eyes are also like wiggling a little bit, especially if I look in one spot for too long, they just start like doing this. And now I'm getting nauseous because I'm talking too much. God, I'm sweating my ass off. I need a fucking haircut. That's what I need. Out of pure frustration for how terrible I was feeling, I decided to just lay down again. However, this did not work, and I just continued to feel like shit while laying on the floor. The room felt like it was spinning, I was nauseous, hot, I was having anxiety, and just felt terrible. And while you may think that I only felt this way because I took a certain amount, the anxiety, irritability, and nausea that I felt are only a sliver of the withdrawal symptoms that regular Kratom users report when they stop taking it. Now, if you take a look at virtually any video talking about the dangers of Kratom, personal experiences with addiction, or even news talking about the ban of Kratom in certain states, you'll start to notice something strange in the comments. Propaganda, stop the lies, bullshit, bought and paid for by Big Pharma. People are clearly very defensive over Kratom. I'll probably even be accused of being a shill for Big Pharma in the comments of this video. These people will put the blame on the user rather than the drug, claim it's not addictive and that they've been taking it for years and they could quit anytime. And they have a serious case of whataboutism. What about alcohol? What about cigarettes? What about prescription opioids? I'm not here to tell you that those things are good. That's not the point of this video. Now, obviously, these comments sound less like objective assessments and more like rationalization from people who simply don't want to give up something that they've become dependent on. And I know this because I have been one of those people. Now, this was a long time ago, and I wasn't addicted to Kratom, but I do know what denial looks like because I have been there. So part of me has some sympathy for these people, but at the same time, it's very hard to, because these people are leaving misinformation on important videos and possibly causing people to second guess their addiction, or even worse, cause non-users to consider starting a journey with Kratom. The entire Kratom community seems very blind to this, and it's very sad. Here's a clip from a former user, Evan Ettinger, who has had experience with addiction, and I think he explains the community very well.
So many people immediately have gone to the denial phase. From my experience, deep into the community that take this drug, it almost splits realities in half in a way, into two separate realities. You've got people that are taking it responsibly, and then you've got the people that they should have done their research, okay? I've seen this from the comments. You see, when it comes to taking Kratom, anyone that has abused it, or rather anyone that experiences the negative withdrawals, gets addicted to it, well, that's because they didn't use it correctly. You didn't use it correctly, unlike me. Even though people that say that eventually end up going down the same path. Blame the user, not the substance. That's the way it works.
Now, people will make the argument that it helped them get off of opioids or wean off of opioids, but keep in mind that these are sold at a gas station and marketed as little get high, feel good, fun drinks. So most people taking this have no clue what they are getting into. Did it do what it claimed? I will say yes, even though the feel-good part was very short-lived. Did anything go wrong? Absolutely. Would I take it again? No. Lawfully marketed? No, it's not. Ingredient amounts transparent? Nope. Could the average customer understand what they are buying? Big fat red X. Could the packaging confuse someone on how to take it? Yes. This can lead to accidental overconsumption, which is not good. I know what you're saying. Okay, this is a little more than I anticipated. You know, this is a very complex thing to figure out. And you know what? F it. Does the drug have a healthy community built around it? No. This is actually good. This may look like a mess. This may look like a mistake. This is good. If you want to figure something out, you need to adapt. So just bear with me. We have one more chapter left, and I really do think that this will be the kicker. So let's move on.
More people trying what's called royal honey packets.
So this is what they look like right here. And it was very easy to go and get them today. We actually just went to a local gas station and were able to pick.
Now, many of you have probably heard of a honey packet before. For a while, it was very popular for people to take these things on social media like TikTok and Instagram, and unfortunately was the way that my Gen Z self actually found out about them.
I just got this honey from a gas station.
I think it's time for a honey pack.
What is supposed to happen here? Like my chat said, like I'm supposed to get like horny.
And while these things claim to contain only a few herbal extracts and over-the-counter medications you can find at any drugstore, that turned out to not necessarily be true.
But the FDA does warn it could lead to serious health issues and claims it contains several harmful hidden ingredients.
You see, the FDA tested these and found that some of them contain tadalafil, a prescription drug more commonly known as Cialis, which is a medication used to treat ED. Now, the FDA can't send warning letters because these products are seemingly illegally imported and have no official company behind them. But when there's no official company, there's no trademark, which leads to a bunch of random products being made like this Kingdom Royal Honey pill or this Kingdom Royal Honey shot that I found. The ultimate power source. Got some B's, says VIP in the top left and right, says it twice. Not really sure what that means. And there's a grammatical error. These statements has not been evaluated by the FDA. Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. This looks like a fake. This is like a fake cart. I don't know. So according to the packaging, this is supposed to maximize the time of sexual activity, better ejaculation control, no limits. Whatever that means. You can just shoot buckets. I don't know what they're claiming here. Maximize volume. Oh, that's where they're telling you could shoot buckets. Oh my God. I bet you're wondering why I'm crying. And to be honest, I have no clue. Okay, I really don't even know how to describe how I feel right now. I took a shower. I was listening to music really loud. Like I was just really feeling the music, and I just started kind of crying. There's no other way to put it. I just start crying. Now, even though it may not look like it, I wasn't sad or anxious. In fact, I was quite the opposite. I feel very relaxed and calm. I was just very emotional for some reason. I sat with the feeling for a while, trying to figure out whether it was just a coincidental moment of emotional catharsis or an effect of the drug, but the intensity of it combined with how suddenly it came on and the timing of everything made it very hard to believe that it was just a coincidence. My body also felt very warm, and for some reason I inspected my hand for like 5 minutes. I don't know why. I don't even know what I was thinking in the moment. I thought this was interesting to include. If it's not, I'm sorry. Let's take a break. I'll update you guys again here in a little bit. And while I obviously hoped that this didn't have some ED medication in it, doing some more research on the FDA website really solidified the idea that there most definitely was. Because virtually every sexy honey product that the FDA has tested contains either Cialis or Viagra, whether it comes from gas stations, Amazon, Walmart, or f***ing Etsy.
Like my chat said, like I'm supposed to get like horny.
I mean, if Walmart and Amazon have it, you can bet your sweet ass that virtually every gas station in the country has it. I'm convinced that whatever is in this honey shot just really makes you enjoy music and makes you feel very emotional while listening to it. I was listening to music in the car and I started making this weird face. It's very bad. I mean, it looks like I'm bugging out. Really enjoying music and having a very emotional connection with it is actually a common side effect of Finabute. And according to the subreddit, people actually love to take Finabute literally just to listen to music. So it is very possible that there could have been Finabute in this. My eyes are so dry. It might be from the crying earlier, but the effects haven't completely worn off. I still feel a little weird. My skin is a little sensitive. Now, you may be wondering why I haven't said that I felt frisky yet. And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what was in this thing. I was just feeling very like spiritually and emotionally connected, I guess. It sounds really stupid when I say it out loud, but
I didn't record it, but I ate a pizza. Now I'm back home. I feel kind of blah. I have a little bit of a headache, and yeah.
But either way, the side effects that I experienced, like feeling relaxed, warm, developing dry eyes, and getting a headache, are all known side effects of ED medications like Cialis and Viagra. But at the same time, those medications don't really explain the crying. So while a hidden ED drug could definitely account for some of what I felt, it doesn't fully explain the experience, leaving open the possibility that there was yet another unlisted ingredient in this thing. Or I'm just a bitch and I just started crying.
It was a very interesting start. I'll say that. I did feel a little insane within like the first 45 minutes. So I don't know.
Now, before we continue, I'd like to point out something very interesting and go back to that list that we looked at before. Now, like I said, a lot of these products don't have an official company behind it. Therefore, the FDA can only do so much, like send out public notifications warning the public not to take the drug, rather than sending actual warning letters to the company. But let's look at a warning letter that was sent to an official company. Okay, ShopAx. This letter is to advise you that the FDA confirmed your products have sildenafil. Let's search for ShopAx in the FDA warning letters and sort by closeout to see resolved cases. And there it is. FDA has completed an evaluation, determined you addressed the problem, and fixed it. And the website is down. Perfect. But let's check another Thirsty Run. This letter is to advise you that the FDA confirmed your products have sildenafil and tadalafil. Okay, search for Thirsty Run, sort by closeout, and nothing. The website is still up. Well, they do have 15 days to comply, so let's see when they sent the warning letter. July 1st, 2022. So at the time of recording this, it's been 1,457 days. FDA, where you at, dude? We need you. Okay, didn't do what it claimed. No, I have no clue what this thing even did. Anything go wrong? Oh, you betcha. I take it again? Nope. Lawfully marketed? Nope. Ingredient transparency? Nope. Average customer understand what they're buying? No. Oh my god, it's got a mark on my floor. Could the packaging confuse someone on how to take it? Yes, this is sold in a fucking 5-hour energy bottle. Does the drug have a healthy community? Considering there's a bunch of kids on TikTok eating it like candy, I'm gonna say no. Okay, this is good. Can I even tell what's in the damn thing? One more drug left, and considering it's the most popular one of them all, I think it might actually reveal some answers. The day has finally come. Here we are. I can't believe that I'm sitting here in this moment and this is actually happening. Just a great day. Great day to be taking a freaking Rhino pill. Now, I'm sure everyone has seen these before. This is a classic male enhancement pill that predates the honey packets, and it's the most common drug that I found during this whole venture. In fact, it seems like no matter what gas station I went to, they were absolutely loaded with these things. And along with that, what seems like an endless list of variants that I found in FDA public notifications. 7S, 7000, 25K, 69, 96. And by the way, all these numbers mean absolutely nothing. Now, just like the honey packets, they claim to contain only natural ingredients, but I'm sure you can already guess that when the FDA tested these things, they found things like sildenafil and tadalafil, which is the ingredient in Viagra, along with some of them having a few other unlisted things like lead and arsenic for some reason. The most concerning thing about this is the fact that it says one capsule lasts 7 days. So, okay, well, what is it supposed to do? Maximize. There is a typo on the first line. Maximize. Maximize the time of sexual activity, a bunch of other stuff. Basically everything that the honey shot claimed it could do. Wait. Actually, it's verbatim the exact same. And apparently it is doctor designed. So maybe this thing actually is pretty trustworthy. I will say that taking this almost gave me like a little bit of nostalgia. And not because I've taken it before, but because I have seen this stuff at gas stations ever since I was a kid. Growing up, taking Rhino pills was almost like an ongoing joke with everyone. People would say things like, your dick will fall off, or you'll go blind. And as you're about to see, this turned out to be a much different experience than the Royal Honey Shot. A big reason that these things always scared me when I saw them is I thought that this was the pill. It's in a little plastic container, as you can see. Not gonna lie, I am a little bit concerned. About an hour later, my eyes felt insanely dry, and my whole face just felt very weird. I found myself rubbing my face a lot, not because it felt good or anything, but just because my face felt weird, and it was like this tick I was having.
I definitely feel something right now that is not Viagra. I don't know what it is.
But unfortunately, very quickly, I started getting some effects that pointed to this possibly having some sort of ED medication in it.
I feel like something's happening. It's like, as I'm thinking about it, if I think about what's supposed to be happening to me, it kind of sort of like an activation. All right, well, breaking news. The pill is definitely doing what it's supposed to be doing. This is kind of exactly what I imagined Viagra would feel like. So I'm guessing that it is Viagra mixed with something else.
But like I said, I was also having some other very weird side effects.
Something else I'm noticing, everything is in intervals super bright. And I know that it's not a placebo because it has happened multiple times after standing up specifically. I mean, it is so weird.
Now, this is making me a little bit anxious because, like I said before, the FDA has found much weirder things in these pills than just Viagra. And remember the joke I brought up earlier about people saying, your dick will fall off or you'll go blind? Well, according to a news report that I found, it turns out that one of those things is true.
They're usually behind the counter and they promise 100% genuine sexual satisfaction.
We have had people that have suffered very serious emergency surgeries and requiring penile replacement surgeries.
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a fucking joke. And yeah, Shell actually got sued for this.
Robert Teller's law firm has filed a lawsuit against 15 Shell convenience stores in our area.
Clearly, this is a vital example of why these things are dangerous, right? Well, let's see what the YouTube comments have to say. Viagra under the radar shit. Now I'm gonna buy it, LOL. They're losing money and that's why they're mad. Those pills are good. Whoever sued is full of crap. Rhino are the bests. I've been taking this pills. I never had any type nod problems. To which someone replied, exactly. Just when you thought maybe you could give the comment section of Kratom users a little bit of leeway, you have people defending boner pills full of lead that caused a man to lose his genitals. But clearly these people are well informed, so, let's not jump the gun and let's just continue to see how I feel. After things calmed down downstairs for the rest of the night, my stomach hurt and I had a headache.
It is day 2 after taking the Rhino pill. I feel like shit. I don't know if you can hear it, but my throat hurts extremely bad. I kind of feel like I have a mild flu. My body is aching so bad. I'm a little worried that it somehow destroyed my immune system and then I just somehow got really sick. It hurts to talk right now and it hurts to swallow a lot.
I couldn't help but think back and assume that this may have had a light dose of lead or arsenic because those are the other ingredients that they found in these things, and that may hint towards some of the symptoms.
It's either day 3 or 4, I don't know. I'm just getting waves of heat. And so Katie went and got me 2 tests.
I tested negative for flu, I tested negative for COVID, I went to the doctor a few days later and tested negative for both again. I mean, I didn't tell them that I took a Rhino pill. Maybe I should have.
This is all in a day's work for a Rhino pill. Still sick, but it's okay because we're at the beach. Look at that squirrel over there. Oh, running away. He doesn't even know I took a Rhino pill.
And yes, I continued to stay sick. I have no clue what happened. So I guess it did last 7 days. Not the way that I wanted it to. Actually, not that I wanted it to at all in the first place, but it did. But I don't even know what was in my body for 7 days. I don't even know where this thing came from.
They're manufactured overseas and are sold under several different names.
And that's all they do is they change the name because they know that's how they can beat federal law enforcement.
So when the FDA releases these notifications, whoever makes these things just says, fuck it, turn the package a different color and put a new number on it. And apparently when they run out of numbers, they just throw a new animal on it. Black Stallion, Blue Panther, Alpha Male with a lion on it, and Big Dick Energy with a chicken? Oh, I get it. And the lawsuit that the firm filed in 2018 against Shell, obviously did nothing, because 8 years later, I'm finding Rhino pills and the VIP Royal Honey pill in a Shell gas station. So when it comes to gas station drugs, the FDA isn't reliable or can't do anything about it. Federal law enforcement isn't reliable. Civil enforcement isn't reliable. Lawsuits against gas stations don't even work. What is the point of the FDA if companies can just decline to recall products and ignore warning letters from the FDA for years without any repercussions? What's really insane is that the manufacturers for these products do not need FDA approval before selling them. The FDA has to identify a problem after the product is already on the market or after somebody gets hurt. But who you should really be mad at is the franchisees and independent owners of these gas stations. They are the people that choose what gets sold in these gas stations, and apparently they have no issues causing someone serious harm as long as it means they can make a few extra bucks. And it's very sad because all of these products do one of two things: prey on people with insecurities that are too ashamed to seek out a professional for real help, or the main one, take advantage of people who don't have access to healthcare, which affects a ton of people in the United States. From happy pills to opioid alternatives to dangerous substances marketed as sex aid, all of this feels a little dystopian to me. It's a society where healthcare is out of reach for many people. People are struggling, and obviously that doesn't help with the whole widespread depression issue. And it's like all the little wagies go to the corner store and buy a little happy pill or feel-good shot that gives you just a brief moment of relief before you sink back into the real world. And it's a little unsettling because when you really look at the situation, you can kind of understand why people would turn to sketchy stuff like this. And you could make the argument, what about alcohol? What about cigarettes? What about caffeine? What about prescription opioids? I'm not here to tell you that any of that is good. A lot of legal substances like alcohol feels dystopian to me, and I still take some of them. So who am I, an uneducated YouTuber and non-doctor, to tell you that the FDA is doing something wrong and that these things aren't enforced enough? The question that I had at the beginning of this video was, should these things even be legal? And it turns out that some of them aren't even legal to begin with. So the answer that I am going to leave you with is that I don't know.